dealing with all my car drama yesterday, of course, the country was having quite a bit of drama as well, as I'm sure many of you around the world will have got sort of the headlines. But Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, he has basically made the decision to suspend Parliament for a period of time, and to get a Queen's speech in, so he could put his own agenda together for his new government. Now this has caused major issue, and he's done it legally, and he's done it within the law and within the time frames, and it's all been done correctly through the Privy Council with the Queen's approval as head of state. And it was kind of expected, quite honestly, so I don't know what these other people are really moaning about. But basically he was, he's been forced to do it, quite honestly, as well. I mean, the problem being, why there are so many objections is, of course, people are trying to block, when I say people, MPs are trying to block us going out of the EU with a no deal. At all costs, quite honestly. And Boris Johnson, although I think he also would like a deal, he's prepared to take us out without a deal because he still thinks it is the right thing to do for the country. It's the mandate by the people when they had the referendum, and it's the right thing to do. He also makes the very good point that apart from the referendum where the people agreed, Parliament, the MPs in Parliament voted for Article 50, which was to legally set the motion up, and they also voted much later on to leave the EU. So it's not a question of taking away democracy, which is what I hear at the moment going on. People are talking about democracy being taken away from the people by closing down Parliament for this period of time, and it's more like a tin pot dictator that's taken over. Absolute rubbish. I mean, basically what Boris is doing is he's trying to ensure we put an end to this Brexit debacle, which has been going on now for 3 years, just about. If you think about it, when we started this whole thing in 2016. So he has made that decision, and I think he's showing true leadership again. He's showing true leadership by saying, right, these buggers in Parliament, him being one of them, we can't agree between us. Therefore, the government and the leadership in the government must take over and make this happen. He's discussed it with everyone concerned. There is still going to be time for debate, and the only way to stop Boris is obviously for the opposition government to throw in a no confidence process, and we can have an election. And I think that's what in the end Boris is going to be looking for, possibly as well himself. He's going to, if need be, have an election, which will probably take place in late October, early November. But by then, of course, we will be out of the European Union. I think generally the vibe I'm getting, although there's a lot of MPs in the House of Commons that are very angry with this whole process, the way it's being dealt with, I think a lot of people out there generally are feeling quite good about it. Even people that originally voted to remain, because they want to see an end to this. They want to see an end to this whole process. And I think he's doing it. So, again, watch this space. We'll see what happens. But at the moment, I think he's going down a route which I think is right for the country. Okay, I'm going to talk to you again later.